Stockpile Hobbies.
Hey, welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies. So we're looking at one of my new eBay purchases here. I was able to get a Autoworld General Lee and a Jimmy Flintstone customized General Lee style truck. And it came with this HO scale trailer with ramps. So I can get this set up. I was able to get an X traction car onto the Autoworld General Lee. I had to take the tires off the car first and then very carefully open the chassis up and get it on there, but it did fit finally. It was a little terrifying at first, but it went on. It didn't crack. It looks great. I do need to get another chassis, though. I had to scavenge that one from Enzo's blue Trans Am, but he won't be happy about that. But we'll get it back on there. I'll get a new one for the General Lee here. But for the Jimmy Flintstone 4-gear body, the 4-gear chassis I had did not fit. The tires are way off. I'm going to have to pull off the front wheels, and they have this. Let's see if I can make sure it's on camera. They have a spacer in here that I'm going to Dremel down to get these wheels really close to the chassis to make them tuck under the front. The rear wheels are just gigantic. I think if I can get these wheels off, I can remove the black outer tire stopper here and be able to push these wheels on far enough so that they'll tuck underneath the fender well. At the moment I've been prying on them, trying to get them off, and as you see here, it will not fit right. It won't go into the grooves for it, so they really need to be tucked in and then pushed in, and then it should mount. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. So I'm trying to get these wheels off now. I got a upholstery tool here with an angle on it, and working on now with the screwdrivers. I think I'm going to put into a vise here and then put this on and continue to try and pry it up. I know they make a wheel puller, but I'm not spending 20 bucks on that. I'm going to try and just do this way. And if I bend the axle, I'll just get a new axle. So I'm going to keep prying at this, and I'll come back once I get this off. So it looks like that worked. I was able to pinch the bottom wheel in the vise here. Hope this shows up on camera. Let's see. Yep. And then I took 2 screwdrivers here, and at the same time bent the wheel out. And I think I can just pull this off now. There we go. Got our wheel off to cut it. And now we're going to try and get the other side off, which is going to be interesting. This is working pretty good here. I got a small pair of pliers that are angled. It's beveled, so as I push the pliers forward, it's sliding the wheel up as I pinch the axle with the vise. And there's our other wheel. And I think our axle is still straight. Yeah, good enough. And we just got to push it back one way a little bit. There we go. Now it looks good too. Not bad. So, now we need to take off the front wheels here. And we're just going to turn them both ways and pull. And one will come off. There it goes. And now the other one is out with the axle. There we go. So, the idea here is to trim down that little black part of the wheel so I get more clearance. And then also use the Dremel and cut off the black ring on these wheels as well so I can tuck them in further. So one of the other things I want to do is I want to put a hole into this plate here for the guide pin to sit down flush, so the General Lee will sit flush on this bed here. So we're going to move the ramps, and as you see, it sits up in the air like that. So we're gonna find a good spot to do it to it. I'm thinking right around there ought to be good. And we'll get a hole marked and drilled for that. And using a Sharpie, I was able to come in under the car and just mark the top of where I want the hole to be. So I'm going to start drilling right behind that. And if it goes into that whole area, that's fine. But it looks pretty well centered to me. Let's see how good I can do with the Dremel. So I'm just starting out using a really small pilot hole to begin with. And get this in the frame. There we go. Looks good. So that looks good. I got a nice little hole there to begin with. I might use the router bit now and come in and open it up big enough for the guide pin, so this one can go either way. I'll make the hole big enough so it can be vertical this way or horizontal, or even work with the tyco cars. So I won't have to worry about spinning this guide pin the right way for it to sit in there. It'll just go in and fall in. Just knocking off some of the extra flashing there. There we go. Look at that. How nice is that? Fits flush on there, comes right off, and the guide pin can be any way, and it just goes right on. Beautiful. Let me do it like this. Haha. Now I'm gonna cut the wheel. That went off like butter. Looks good. We should be able to get that much closer to the axle now. That looks much better. I should be able to get that real close to the axle now, or the chassis. And now for the other wheel. We have to get this off the axle, of course. There we go. And this one came out great also. Perfect. I think the front wheels are done. I might have to shorten the axle a little bit too. I'll just clip off a little bit of one end. I'll do that as I do the fitment. So now onto the big wheels here, and to take off all that black. Let's see how well this goes. That went really good. I got a little bit left on one part, which I think is good. It'll act as a tire stop almost. I'm not worried about that little piece there that's left. I can just hit it again, but that went really smooth. I can still see light through the axle, so the hole, so the axle should go right through that as well. We'll do the other wheel now and see how this all goes. With no wheels on the 4-gear chassis, let's see how it fits onto the Jimmy Flintstone body here. There it is. So it's really got to be tucked up in there. Half the wheel is going to be inside. It's going to be tubbed. And it looks like possibly I think the forwardmost axle hole for the front is the best. And something like that will look pretty good, I think. Let's see if we can get these wheels to tuck up under there. So I can see already that I got to cut the axle. There's no way around it. It's gonna stick up as big as the rim. So we're going to go down about 3/4 of the way there and chop it right around there, I think, where I got my finger on it. Same for the other side. I'll do that now. Alright, and we have our stubby axles. Let's see if these go on good. Alright, we're going to try and push this wheel on. Hopefully I didn't distort the axle. It started. I'm going to push them at the same time, so hopefully the axle doesn't move. I could actually use the vice grip, and I think I'm gonna. Okay, got the car in the vice, got the wheels in there, and now let's see if we can get this to go. I see the driver's side, left side going on. Really good. Not much action on the other side though. Interesting. Just got to get the other side to go on now. Alright, so I just push a little harder. It still turns. It's good. I don't plan on using the truck a lot. I just want to see if we get this to mount good. I think we're okay. And now we'll see if this fits. Alright, here goes nothing. There we go. It's mounted. It's a low rider, that's for sure. And it spins. Cool. Well, that just leaves the front now. So the front axle here into the vise. And we're going to try making a cut here to shorten this guy up. I'm going to go a little bit at a time. There we go. And let's try our axle. All right, looks good. It's pretty close to the chassis there. That should get it tucked up under the truck as well. Let's see, we'll get the tires on it. One. Here's the other. There we go. It fit. And that's a low rider. Those front wheels don't even touch the ground. I don't think they did normally though either. But the body is mounted. Looks good. Let's see if it goes on the track. Let's see. Yeah, it's going. So I think if we get the right guide pin on there, it would be a lot better. Let's give the General Lee a run around the track. Stage it. I might have had a good time. Reaction time on that. 8.64 seconds with a reaction time of 0.43. That's pretty amazing. That was a good reaction. And not a bad lap either, under 9 seconds. Last video, my cars are doing about 9 seconds to get around the track. This is going pretty good. Oh! It's supposed to land on all 4 wheels. At least it does in the TV show. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to give you some confidence. Go ahead and get one of these Jimmy Flintstone bodies. Don't be afraid to modify your 4-gear chassis. And don't be afraid to take a drum of the things and try things out. Please remember to subscribe, like the channel, and keep having fun, everyone.